The Hound of Raven's Peak. Deep within the dense forest of Raven's Peak, there stood an ancient, abandoned cabin. The locals avoided the place, whispering tales of a cursed dog that roamed the surrounding woods. The story began with a young couple, Sarah and Mike, who had decided to hike through Raven's Peak, despite the warnings. As they trekked deeper into the forest, they stumbled upon the abandoned cabin. As they approached, a loud, menacing growl echoed from within. Suddenly, a massive dog emerged from the shadows, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. The dog, a towering German shepherd, began to circle around the couple, its growls growing louder and more menacing. Sarah and Mike tried to flee, but the dog was too fast, its jaws snapping mere inches from their heels. As they ran, the forest seemed to grow darker, the trees twisting into grotesque, menacing shapes. The dog's growls grew louder, until it was almost deafening. Sarah and Mike stumbled upon an old, rickety bridge, spanning a deep chasm. As they crossed, the dog followed, its eyes fixed on them, with an unspeakable hunger. Suddenly, the bridge gave way, sending the couple plummeting into the depths below. As they fell, they saw the dog's face, its eyes burning with an evil intensity. The next morning, search parties found Sarah and Mike's bodies, mangled beyond recognition, but there was no sign of the dog. However, as the search parties retreated, they heard a faint, menacing growl, echoing from the depths of Raven's Peak. The Hound of Raven's Peak remained, waiting for its next victims. Years later, locals reported seeing a ghostly dog roaming Raven's Peak, its eyes still burning with that otherworldly light. Some claimed to have heard the sound of screams, echoing from the abandoned cabin. The legend of the Hound of Raven's Peak lived on, a cautionary tale about the horrors that lurked in the darkest depths of the forest. And if you ever find yourself in Raven's Peak, beware the sound of growling, for the hound may still be waiting, its eyes fixed on you, with an eternal hunger.